Hi my friends, welcome to my home gym. We're gonna do a little vlog, a little video where I'm showing you all of my equipment that I've bought over the past, coming up on 2 years. When we all made the transition to training at home, I started buying equipment. I had one kettlebell in March of 2020 and now I have maybe 12. Yeah, so let's take a look at the equipment that I have. Okay, so my gym space is really small. I'll have to do some measurements to see what the square footage is. It's not huge, but it's plenty space for me and for maybe one other person to work out in. But it's mostly just me in here by myself. Over here are all of my kettlebell friends. I have my Indian clubs here in the corner. Those I got from Etsy. They are new to me, 1.5 pound clubs, and I've loved practicing with them. My kettlebells, I have 12 going from 13 pounds up to 70 pounds. I have a wide variety. I bought kettlebells as they became available. We all know that there was a shortage in 2020. So all of my kettlebells are different brands. I have the most of Perform Better. I appreciate the texture of those bells. It's more of a powder coat. So I guess that might be my favorite bell, but honestly, I don't think that they've held up as well as I would have liked. Because I was teaching classes in the park and working with clients outside, they have gotten beat up a little bit in the first year. There are other bells that are more expensive. I didn't really want to invest that much. So Perform Better has been great, but you can kind of see that there's some chips on the edge. They have not held up as well as I thought. I have a Rogue one here, RKC all the way over there, and then Kettlebells USA is really fancy, but it's a little too slick on the handle for my liking. Yoga block, because you never know when you're gonna need one. Foam roller, because you can use it for a million other things besides foam rolling. These dumbbells are a pair from my boyfriend that he just had them in the basement. I brought them up. I use this vase because it weighs about 2 pounds and I don't have anything light. I've needed it for my rotator cuff rehab. I would like to get some 2.5 pound weight plates, but I just haven't done it yet. So that's what I use that for. I have chalk and then my barbell hanging out in the corner. The barbell is from Cap. This is just something that I ordered on Amazon. A client of mine had this brand and I didn't want to spend a ton of money on the barbell. I had used this and it's decent. It works really well for the uses that I have for it. So I use my barbell for all of the main power lifts, bench press, squats, deadlifts. I'll also do some landmine exercises in here. I put it in the corner over here. It works out just fine. There's actually plenty of space to do that. I am not doing Olympic weightlifting in here. This space is not large enough, and I have a no weight dropping rule in here. Yeah, it's a home gym and you're not gonna have everything that you need in your home gym. In my space, I have to be really mindful about dropping weights. I don't want to put a hole in the floor. There's a basement below me, so that seems like it might be possible. This is my squat rack. It's from Rogue. I'll link the specific one that this is in the show notes. I got this one because it was made for a lower ceiling space. I think the ceilings in here are about 8 feet tall and this is perfect in here. It works great for anyone who is shorter than 5'9". I'm only 5'3", so it's great for me. My feet will hang off the ground when I'm on the pull-up bar. For taller people, your feet would touch the ground if you had this. But what I've found is, home pull-up bar situations are usually not great. The doorway ones are the most frustrating. This one is actually awesome, even though it is a little lower than you would have at your actual gym. There's a lot that you can do with it. So as far as the weights that I got, these are also from Rogue. They are the cheapest ones that they have, the cheapest model. I knew that I wasn't going to be dropping them or taking them outside or really like roughing them up. So I got the cheapest model, and they all weigh the weight that they're supposed to weigh, and that is good for me. So I have a pair of 10s, 25s, 35s, and 45s. I could always get more, but that's enough for what I have now. And I have 2 pairs of 5-pound weights. I do want to get some 2.5-pound weights as well. 5-pound weights are just these cheap ones from Amazon. No need to go top dollar. They weigh 5 pounds and they're fine. Also, just a basic clip. I got from Titan Fitness. They are great. They were one of my first quarantine purchases because I had a space to hang them outside of my old apartment, and I use them for pull-ups. Now I use them for ring rows or just TRX style movements. Anything you could do with a TRX, you could do with rings, and you can actually do more with rings. I like them. They were only 40 bucks, and it's been a good addition. And they work on this squat stand. So because they have the weights on the back, it balances it out enough so that I can like lean back and it's not gonna fall over on me. Some people will buy a squat stand that has 2 poles, which is a little more sturdy and stable. If you were concerned about it falling over on you, you might want to do something like that. I got a really sturdy bench because I wanted to be able to use it for bench press and feel stable underneath it, and also to use it for step ups because I don't have space in here to also have a box. So I use the box for things like step ups, side step ups, things like that. It's a multi-purpose bench for me, and I wanted one that was sturdy because I've been on cheaper ones before, and I just spent the extra money to get the nicer one from Rogue. Over here, I write my workouts on this little board, which I think is it's just a nice thing to have and good to have something on the walls. For the decorative elements, I think the plants make me feel really happy. So I'm glad I did that. I painted the walls in here. I love the blue, and this is a reminder to me and anyone who comes in here, you're so swole. There's the pit next door. So I think the flooring is what people are gonna have the most questions about. I got this rubber gym flooring that pieces together on Amazon, I think. I'll link what I specifically bought. I read the reviews and this looked the most durable. I can't remember what inch width it is, but this one seemed to be the one that was right and important according to other people on the internet. So this is what I got. It's pretty thick. I love it. I feel like I'm at an actual gym. It's just a nice rubber floor. I wanted to make sure that the rubber wasn't gonna do anything weird to the wood floors because I do rent. I don't own this place and I don't want to mess things up. So I got craft paper to be on the floor, and then the rubber sits on top. I've been here for 5 months, and in the spaces where the rubber is not covered by, or the floor isn't covered by craft paper, the rubber is not leaking onto the floor. So that was just a precaution, and it's worked out fine. I mean, the rubber is sturdy and it's not moving around because there's paper underneath it. So that extra precaution just made me feel a little more comfortable. So the rubber flooring is great, right? But it's not like super friendly on the knees. So I also have this, which I had before I had the rubber flooring, and it's just a foam pad that that pieces together so you can make it bigger or smaller. It's not the nicest or the most high quality. It's just from Dick's Sporting Goods, and I got it because my uncle gave me a gift card to there. So it's nice for anything that you're gonna do on your knees, anything that you're gonna do on the floor. And I also use it as cushion for the barbell on my deadlifts, which I'll show you. It would be nice to have like a deadlift platform, something a little more sturdy that weight could land on, but I don't have the space for it in here, so I'm just making it work with the foam that I already have. And then here are some accessories that I have. I have 3 pull-up bands that I can combine depending on how much resistance I want to have. I do have some booty bands because, you know, we all bought those at some point. More resistance bands, and then my rope that you may have seen me play with on Instagram. There is a mirror in here, but that is simply because this is my house and there's no other space for a full-length mirror, and sometimes you need to check the fit from head to toe. So yeah, this is my home gym. I have a few more pieces of equipment in the basement that I'll add in that just don't fit into this space. So on the list of things that I still want to purchase, I want to get 2.5-pound plates to go on a barbell and also to use for accessory things like my rotator cuff stuff. And I would like to have a few more dumbbells. As a functionally focused trainer, I think that there's a lot of isolation movements that I have ignored in my training, which is why I ended up having a rotator cuff issue. So I would like to have 10-pound and 20-pound dumbbells just to do some more bodybuilding style lifts that I think would kind of round out my overall lifting practice. I'm not sure if I want to have one of those multi-weights or if I want to buy a set of 10s and a set of 20s. I'm interested in getting the multi-weights, like the block style ones, but I haven't actually used those before myself, so I don't know if I would actually like it. And just in Googling, dumbbells are kind of expensive, so I don't know, does it make more sense to buy the multi-weight, or should I just buy separate ones, but then it takes up more space? These are all things that you have to think about when it comes to building your home gym. When you're building your home gym, there's a lot of different things that you have to consider. For a lot of people, there's a big barrier to training at home, and it's like when you go to the gym, you're building up this momentum on the way to the gym, and then, you know, you're surrounded by other people and you're training, and maybe you're doing a little bit more than you would at home. So when you're building your home gym, it's really important to get the vibe right and to mindfully pick out the pieces of equipment that are going to work for you and are going to give you the things that you want to be using, and to make it a space that feels like a place where you can put forth effort. For me, I love the wall color. The plants make me feel happy. I love the overall vibe in here. The flooring was really important to me to get something that felt sturdy that I could move around on. And I have everything that I could want. The squat stand was a really big purchase, and now I feel really content training here. I think I have everything that I need. I would always love to have more kettlebells. I have pairs of 12s, 14s, and 16s. I'd like to get 18s or maybe a second 20. It kind of depends on what phase of training that I'm in. When I'm in a specifically kettlebell focused phase, it's so good to have as many options for double kettlebell lifts as possible. And kettlebells are my favorite thing, so at some point I might get some more kettlebells. Thanks for joining me on my gym tour. All of the links to equipment that I mentioned in this video are below. If you'd like to read this in blog form, you can check out the blog, which is also linked below. And again, none of these things are affiliate links. This is all just equipment that I bought that you can use as a reference point for starting your own research on what pieces of equipment you would like to buy. I'm not saying that I bought the best ones or that this is exactly what you should have. You should do your own research. Google is your friend in figuring out exactly what's right for you and your space. If you have anything that you would like to add to the conversation, comment below. Thanks for being here, friends.